Welcome back to episode 10 of 2 Minute Tuesdays. We made it to double figures, who knew? Now, forgive the scrappy t-shirt and the sawdust, but today is a DIY day. So this week, it's all about IAM, identity and access management. So as always, let's get 2 minutes on the clock, around about maybe here-ish, and let's go. So, as I said, IAM is short for Identity and Access Management. It's AWS's way of ensuring that the right people can do the right things within AWS. It's all about authentication, are you who you say you are, and authorization, what can you do? We'll start with the users. You can add users to your account, and by default, they can't do anything. Yes, you've let them through the door into your house, but you haven't given them permissions to turn on the lights, make a cup of tea, or build an extension. All of those things are done through what are called identity-based policies. Using JSON language, you can define exactly, very granularly, what a user can or can't do. For example, my 1-year-old daughter has permission to come and disturb me whenever she wants to, but she doesn't have permission to use the oven. Similarly, a user can have permission to maybe create an EC2 instance, but can't update its security groups. Now, multiple users can be put into groups to make life easier managing permissions for a group of people. There's also something called IAM roles. Roles are a way of delegating short-term permissions for users or resources. For example, while I'm on holiday, I might give my neighbours a role to come in the house and feed the cat, which I don't actually have, and then I can revoke that role when we're back. Roles allow you to share your resources across AWS accounts without needing login credentials. Let's say you had an account for development and a separate account for production, and the dev team need access to some of the production team's resources. Then an IAM role can grant them that access without them needing a specific user profile in the production team's accounts. Now, if you've got loads of users, you don't have to set them up manually. You can use something called identity federation. This is basically just authenticating you via external providers such as Google, Facebook, or Active Directory. Now, one of the key parts of any digital life, as we know, is security. And one thing you'll hear people go on about, and you'll see it in exams, is the principle of least privilege. This means giving the minimum amount of permissions for someone to be able to do their job. No more, no less. You do not want 100 users running around with admin privileges and racking up a massive bill or deleting mission-critical resources because they don't know what they're doing. So, that's it. IAM is all about authentication, who are you, and authorization. What can you do? So if you found this interesting or helpful, please obviously do give it a repost so someone else can do the same. I hope you have a brilliant week. Don't forget to join me next week for episode 11 when I'm going to be looking at serverless Lambda functions. Thanks to the 44 Club for sticking around and let me know in the comments if you get that niche YouTube reference. I look forward to seeing you next week.